Hi everybody, it's Chloe here today. I'm going live for the 10 by 10 challenge. I'm just gonna go ahead and move my mat back here. We're gonna start off with some glute bridges this morning, so you won't need a band. This is something you can do simple at home. You don't necessarily have to have a mat, you can have carpet, any soft space to work on. You're gonna go ahead and lay on your back. And then you wanna make sure you have your back nice and flat, your knees are bent, and then your arms are at your side. What you're going to be doing is pushing through your heels on the way up. This is going to be engaging your glutes. This also uses some core stability in here as well. So what we're doing right here is going up in 2 seconds, slight pause, and then down in the 4. And like I mentioned, you should be able to feel this in your glutes, a little bit in your lower back, as well as some in your core for the stability. If you find that this isn't as challenging as you would like it to be, you can also switch to a different variation. Hi Libby, this is Libby, say hi to Libby. You can switch to a different variation, so you can do the one leg, so you can go ahead and push up just with one of your heels and then down in the 4. This would make it a little bit more challenging, but this is really gonna work on that core stability and then really engage the glute for you. So we'll just do a few more of these. Typically we like to do these to fatigue, so you can tell my leg is getting a little bit tired here. It's getting shaky, and then what we would do is switch to the other leg if we're gonna do the single leg raises. So just remember, dig through your heel on the way up and then nice and slow on the way down. And then as you go ahead and reach that fatigue on each of the legs, I will show you, we typically like to perform a negative. So here we would just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that was our first workout. Our next one, we will be doing clamshells. With this one, you typically want a band. I will go grab a band really quick. I forgot to grab it. 1 second. So with this one, you want to go ahead and grab a band, just like the last one. I would sit on the floor with this. Go ahead and get your band around your feet, and then up above your knees. This one we're going to be laying on our side, like so, with our feet still together. Hi, Libby. And then, watch out.
Libby.
You're going to lay all the way down flat on your side with your knees together, and then you're just going to go ahead and work on pulling your knees apart. Clamshell is kind of where it gets its name from, because we're keeping our feet together. And then we're going to go ahead and open our knees out in the 2 seconds, and then come back down in the 4. This one is also really good for your glutes. Having strong glutes helps with stability, helps with our core balance, and helps reduce injuries in our lower back. For this one, if you don't have a band at home, you can just go ahead and do this motion yourself, up and 2, down in the 4 seconds. And then we'll just do this one till we hit fatigue. So typically about like 10 to 12 on each side, depending on how heavy your resistance band is, or if you don't have a resistance band, it might look something more like 15 to 20, just in that slow pace movement. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch to the other side. And then once again, laying flat, and then your legs together. Keep your heels together, and you will be pushing outwards. Once again, you should feel this in your glutes, up in 2, down in the 4, and then just to show you kind of what a negative might look like right here is you would just hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And right there, you'll really feel a burn in your glutes. Mine are already on fire. Next, we're gonna move to external rotation. So I don't currently have anything to wrap a band around, but say I had like a little stand right here I could wrap a band around and we would pull. Since I don't have a band, another great thing you could do is go ahead and grab a can of soup. So you would want, if you had the resistance band, you'd want to be pulling from this way. You'd be creating the tension. I'll show you what that would look like. So you'd be pulling your arm outwards, trying to keep your elbow locked in at the side, and then nice and slow back in the 4 seconds. Obviously, this would be tied to something. If you don't have a resistance band at home, you can go ahead and use a can of soup. This one is typically done for the most part standing, but this is really good to help improve our posture, help eliminate internal rotation injuries. So say, all day you sit on a computer, your shoulders are going to internally rotate. This exercise is great for externally rotating and getting the shoulder more blood flow and getting a good exercise in there. And like I said, if you don't have a band at home, another great option would be grab that can of soup, hold it right here, and then just rotate outwards, keeping that elbow tucked in nice to the side. We don't want our arm wavering while we're doing this. And these we just do till we get tired. We don't typically do a negative on these. It's just to help strengthen our shoulder joint and our external rotation muscles. So next, I will be doing rows. Today I have a band. You could also do this with weights as well. So you just grab a band like this, and then you can wrap them around a couple times like this if the resistance isn't hard enough for you, or it would be like this right here. And then you would go ahead and pull. Sorry guys, I had to tighten that one up. You might have seen slipped right off my shoes. Obviously this one is better if you don't do it with shoes on, but you're just gonna go ahead and pull back with a slight pause in the back with your elbows, nice and slow, down in 4 seconds. Back in 2, like this. You should really feel this in your lats, and then you're gonna go back down in the 4 seconds. If you don't have a band at home, you can do this one with different variations with weights, which we will show later as well. So hold back here in the 2, down in the 4. It's important to strengthen those back muscles. That way we can have better posture. We can stand for longer periods of time, and we can pull items that are heavier without injuring ourselves as well. So with this one, we'll just do a few more. Really focus on that pause in the back. You should really feel it engage through the middle of your back, and then I'll hold this one right here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then next, we will move on to abdominal leg raises here in just a second. Just making sure I'm on time with the time for the 10 minutes. So with this one, you will go ahead and lay on your back. So find a mat, or if you don't have a mat, carpet is fine. Typically with this one, there's different variations. So arms at the side, and then you can do one leg. This one's better for you if 2 legs is a little too hard, but what we're focusing on here is really engaging the core when we're bringing it up, and then down nice and slow in almost 4 seconds. And then with this one, you would switch off side to side. So say you do 10 on this side, now it's time for us to do 10 on this side. So you just go ahead and lift your leg up, and then nice and slow on the way down. Really engaging that core, focusing on using your core when bringing your leg up, and then right back down. We don't typically want our leg to fully touch the ground, just get as close as you can without touching, and then bring it right back up This one is a great way to exercise your abs. It helps strengthen our core, which is important for daily life, whether we're squatting or lifting heavy items. It's going to help you with stability. It'll help you with posture. It's going to help you with balance. Another great way to do this is a little bit more challenging, but your legs would be on the ground and you would lift them both up at the same time and then go back down in those 4 seconds. And then right back up. And then down in those 4 seconds again. You can see my stomach is starting to shake, which is a good thing. It means I'm preaching fatigue. And then down in the 4 seconds as again. Right back up. And then once you've reached fatigue, just go ahead and slowly lower your legs in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Thank you for joining the live. That was 5 exercises that you can do in 10 minutes for the 10 by 10 challenge we are doing this next couple of weeks. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun here today, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you.